Welcome, travelers, to the Cryptid Corner. I'm your search and survival guide, Nakia. Tonight, we're here to unveil the unsettling truths layered beneath the legends of one of the most infamous figures in folklore, Mothman. Is this shadowy entity merely a spooky myth, merely clickbait, or could this mysterious legend be a serious threat to your wilderness survival? By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to protect yourself not just from Mothman, but from various creatures that may haunt our wilderness. And you'll find yourself able to meet an even more dangerous foe. Buckle up, it's going to be a thrilling ride into the dark corners of legend and reality. Mothman first emerged from the shadows of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in the chilly years between 1966 and 1967. Witnesses spoke of a towering, humanoid figure, cloaked in darkness, its nightmarish wings unfurling with an ominous grace, and eyes that glowed a haunting red. As it soared through the murky skies, hovered like a specter, its presence was heralded by an eerie, high-pitched cry that sent shivers down the spines of those unfortunate enough to hear it. Panic soon enveloped the town as the sightings began to multiply, casting an unsettling shadow over the community. The legend reached a terrifying crescendo following the catastrophic collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967, forever entwining Mothman with tragedy. Locals whispered of him as an ominous omen, a harbinger of doom, solidifying their infamous status in the annals of folklore. The chilling tale has inspired a multitude of books, documentaries, and the haunting 2002 film, The Mothman Prophecies, intertwining eyewitness accounts with threats of the supernatural and tantalizing conspiracy theories. Yet skeptics dismiss these accounts as mere misidentified creatures, perhaps an oversized owl, or they claim they are nothing more than the byproducts of mass hysteria and exaggerated folklore. But beneath the disbelief lies a dark question. Could there be more to Mothman than mere imagination? Is Mothman real? Is Bigfoot real? Do these creatures, mythical or not, have a history of hurting people? If we believe these stories, then we know that most of these stories involve people being scared, rather than being injured by the creatures. Maybe there's something more dangerous that people aren't even talking about. In fact, any outdoor adventurer who has been in any sort of extended solo adventure can tell you that they've had very real, very mysterious experiences in the outdoors. I've had my own spooky, unexplainable experiences. While searching for missing caver Kristopher Zitzewitz in the Big Lava Bed in Skamania County, Washington, at the very spot where he went missing, I could hear something moving through the brush beside me, just beyond my vision, tracking me. I don't know what it was, but it was very real. I could hear the brush moving and feel its presence. The memory gives me chills. At the time it happened, I didn't have to know what it was in order to know that I needed to keep my guard up. Another time I was hiking along the north rim of the Columbia Gorge when again I heard something tracking me, sticks cracking and brush moving 50 yards away or so, just out of sight. Shortly after that I found the largest pile of cougar scat I had ever seen. I have no idea what type of creature I was hearing, but I do know that something was watching and following me, and there was definitely a huge cougar in the area that I would likely never hear tracking me. Shortly after that I heard something knocking on a tree. It was a dry hollow sound, like a 2 or 3 inch thick stick slowly, rhythmically hitting another piece of wood. This happened about 3 times consecutively, about 14 seconds each, and then it stopped. I've also found huge human-like footprints, some over 16 inches long, well off the beaten trail. I'll put links to these stories in the video's description, so be sure to check those out later on. Most people who have spent long periods of time in the wilderness have had similar experiences of one kind or another, odd, unexplainable circumstances. In addition, there are hallucinations. I don't know whether or not you know this, but if you're alone for more than 24 hours in the wilderness, you'll experience sensory deprivation, and your mind will start to hallucinate. You'll see faces in the woods. You'll hear your name spoken by someone who isn't there. You'll see lights that aren't there. You'll hear music that isn't there. The longer you're out there, the more pronounced and bizarre the visions and sounds will get. Your mind's trying to fill in the gaps, make sense of the complex patterns you're used to seeing and want to see. Now here's the thing. All of these things, Mothman and similar legends, are based on something very real, and that is fear of the unknown. fear of what is beyond our view, and fear of the very real wildlife that does really lurk in the night. Here in the US, bears, cougars, elk, moose, bighorn sheep, deer, even dogs do attack and kill humans on a regular basis. Around the world, crocodiles, snakes, sharks, and even spiders are real threats. Fear of the unknown is a real, valid natural preservation system, warning us that there is something out there and potentially dangerous. And whether it's a legendary creature, like Mothman, or a real bear out our front door like an Alaska woman recently found out, makes no difference. Add that to insecurity, not trusting ourselves, our training and our tools, and you've got even a bigger threat. When you look at all these unknowns, these variables, the greatest threat to our wilderness safety comes to light, and that threat is fear itself. And while it's difficult to prove that cryptids like Mothman really exist, they are as dangerous as the creatures everyone knows exists, like bears and mountain lions, because they can create a general state of fear, and both can distract from the real threats that are right in front of us, like simply keeping warm and dry so we don't slip into hypothermia. There are many stories of people who let fear of the unknown get the best of them, like recently when 32-year-old Janelle Banda became spooked by an unknown sound and fell down a 400-foot cliff near Sedona, Arizona, injuring and stranding herself for several days. When we let fear take over, a more primitive part of our brain takes over, the amygdala. When the amygdala detects a potential threat, it triggers a body fear response with a burst of adrenaline, leading to other physical reactions like increased heart rate and rapid breathing. This all helps us react quickly to danger, but it also impairs our ability to reason, think clearly, and find solutions to our problems. And when that happens, we can do crazy things that don't make sense, like taking off running and falling over a cliff, like a California woman did this last fall. So there you are, staring at Mothman, fluttering his menacing wings above you in the night sky, or maybe you were simply lost in the dark. What do you do to calm yourself down? First of all, remember that there are no records of Mothman hurting anyone unless you find yourself precariously perched on a bridge. Otherwise, he mostly just hovers around menacingly. Secondly, focus on taking deep, slow breaths. Inhaling deeply through your nose, holding for a few seconds, then exhaling slowly through your mouth. This will help you to reduce your heart rate. Third, be present in the moment without passing judgment on yourself. Focus on your breath and observe your surroundings. Fourth, be physically active. Get up, stretch, walk around. This will warm you up and release endorphins, which will improve your mood, reduce stress, and redirect your focus away from fear. Taking these actions will help you calm down so you can use the rest of your gray matter to remember your training and come up with a more strategic plan to survive. And many times, we'll find that putting one foot in front of another helps us get out of very scary life situations. As we draw this eerie journey to a close, remember this. The legend of Mothman may seem like a mere figment of our imagination, yet the shadow it casts are all too real. The whispers of the wilderness can stir the abyss of your own doubts, turning a simple trek into a nightmarish ordeal. So what do you do when you're faced with the unknown? Breathe. Ground yourself in the present. Lean into the shadows, not in desperation, but with the resolve to navigate them. And don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the stroke of midnight, or as soon as possible. Until next time, get out there, be safe, and enjoy the wild.